Welcome. The Virtual School Australia presents the Elaine Hobson Memorial Writing Competition presentation for principals and staff that are interested in finding out the processes that we've engaged in. We welcome you all today to explain this. We firstly acknowledge Australia's Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the traditional custodians and the first scientists, makers and innovators of this land and their continuing connection to country. Welcome, my name's Liz Borden and I'm from Virtual School Australia, and I'd like to welcome all the principals as well. The initiative that we have with the writing competition was initiated by some ideas to provide writing opportunities for young children around the world on a particular focus of empathy. And we believe that this writing opportunity will extend the ripples of empathy. Students will start thinking critically about the value of this 21st century soft-based skill in their education. So that's the initiative. It was based on my mother's memorial, a memory of my mother who was who loved the arts and particularly writing, and she always had a very well validated point of view. Hence, we have developed a persuasive writing style for this particular competition. So we welcome all principals to this platform today. If you cannot attend, this is why we've recorded it, and also if you might not be in a convenient time zone, you can access this link, and also you can share this link with your staff, and even if the students or parents wish to have a listen to it, you're more than welcome. It's great, this opportunity to connect with everybody, and our key aim is to express our sincere thanks and gratitude for your acknowledgement to support this writing competition and support Virtual School Australia. Furthermore, we also want to say a huge thank you to the teachers that have entered our collaborative Blackboard platform, in which we provided lots of fantastic resources for teachers to use and students to become familiar with. These resources were made available in some of our webinars that we provided for the students who entered the competition. So a thanks to the staff and especially the principals for this acknowledgement. Just to be clear, we would like to let you all know that the judging process that we've engaged in has been transparent. The decisions are final. The judge's decision is final, and the design of the writing criteria and the rubric have initially set the students with goals and perimeters and a design of criteria to write within. And the process of judging these students' essays was very rigorous. The webinars we delivered prior to that judgment, we connected and explicitly deconstructed the assessment design. The recording of the webinar enables all students, even that could not attend, to attend offline and look through those, peruse through those resources at their convenience. With those resources and discussions with all of our entrants, we cleared questions. We enabled students to become familiar with the process, the judging process, the writing process, and the expectations of this competition. We also identified certain age groups, and the rubrics were adjusted accordingly to those age groups. We included a differentiation to support students with special learning needs as well in this criteria. It was adapted and made available to those teachers who requested differentiation of the criteria. An initial reading by the staff was made that then moved on to a process of what we called blind marking to ensure that each essay was judged with objective perspective. Varied expert language teachers and literature teachers, including some academics from around the world, were also our judges who were volunteering their time to help qualify the shortlisted finalists. And it was a wonderful experience reading through some incredible insights that students have on this particular skill and how they valued it in their education. So everyone has, in some sense, that has entered this competition is a winner. And I think that was the whole objective. Winning in the sense that they were able to engage and think critically about this soft-based skill and valuing it as a 21st century education skill. I think we need to think very carefully that these students have really wonderful experiences and insights to this particular concept, and some of their suggestions were profound and really inspiring, and we thank them all for their efforts. Incredible talent writing and some fantastic research and validation of their points, and most of them engaged with brilliant use of rhetoric, which they were guided to access in the resources we provided. So the principals of the finalists will be notified by email, and there are top 3 junior and senior prize for this writing competition. This Sunday on the 20th of June at 5 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time, we will be conducting a webinar to announce these winners. And it's a formal invitation that will be presented or delivered in an email to all entrants to attend, and there'll be no cost for that. So this is just a little reminder of the winnings for those students that you will be notified if you're a principal of one of these schools, one of these writers who've placed either first, second or third in senior or junior categories. You'll be notified, and it will be, I'm sure, a very wonderful opportunity for you to congratulate these talented writers. With all of these events going on with Virtual School Australia, one of the key aims of this writing competition was to collect students' insights to how they value this concept of empathy, this soft-based learning skill. And we have now an incredible resource and insight to students and how they value this skill in their education through this writing competition. Last year we had a global empathy conference in 2020, and we basically had keynote speakers and guests from all around the world who shared their best practices on teaching and learning empathy in education. And we also had, interestingly, which was a highlight of last year's conference, a student forum. And this is something that we are anticipating will happen again next year. So we formally request all of the principals and their staff and their students that have been part of this competition to attend this conference. From what we can see, your leadership experiences in the journey of educating, particularly this year with the pandemic and all of the challenges that you've endured, how you've best facilitated learning is very important insight to convey and communicate with teachers from around the globe to share best practices. We invite you all to represent your school if you wish and convey these experiences in participating also in the conference and what the students have gained from this experience. So this can be achieved by volunteering speakers as student participants, as well as your staff and even yourself representing the school as a principal. We really would love to have you participate. We highly value your insights. So we extend this invitation to become involved and showcase these talents and academic achievements that your students have presented and produced. And we'd like to formally invite you to the Global Empathy Conference of 2021. You can see on our website that there are some incredible keynote speakers and presenters from last year's conference. So have a look on our website. It's www.virtualschoolaustralia.com, and you'll notice the level at which we're pitching to educators all around the world about this particular 21st century skill. Please share this PowerPoint, as I've noted, and the recording that I'm making, right this one now, with your staff and students, and congratulate them and thank them for their wonderful commitment. We're going to share some of these essays on our website, so stay tuned. And I've mentioned the website, that's it there on the slide. And we're going to also share, as we were marking, some of the excerpts from some of the essays, and we intend to, with student and principal permission, to upload those during our conference to give educators and other educational experts a good example of what our students around the world are thinking about this particular concept. Information of the conference will be announced to principals and writers by email. The certificates and prize money for this competition will be sent to your school by next week. Please forward the funds to the students that have been the prize winners. If possible, we would love to be able to share some images that you may capture of these presentations of certificates and prize monies to, we'd love to share that on our website, as well as maybe our up and coming conference, of course, with parent consent. So we thank you all again kindly for your support. We hope and anticipate that we have an ongoing collaboration and connection with your schools. We've valued highly your support, and we will see you all on Sunday. Thank you.